Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am so happy to have you here. Happy New Year. I am filming this on the 1st of the 1st, 2021, guys. So I just wanted to make a video on goal setting so that we can all make sure that we have a really productive year and understand where it is that we are going and what our goals are, and to make sure that we actually complete those goals. So welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sharon Evan and I am a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller. I'm also a very well-known Amazon FBA coach. I am also the founder of the Amazon FBA Alphas community. And yeah, I also have this YouTube channel. So I created this channel to be able to share videos with people who are interested in Amazon or e-commerce. So if that is something that you are interested in, make sure to hit subscribe and to follow this channel. So now, guys, we've had a crazy year, right? 2020 was an insane year. Financially, it was a great year for many of us and also a terrible year for some of us. I personally had an amazing year on both my brands and my personal branding. And on the other side, it was also a very difficult year because we were in and out of lockdown all the time. And, I'm also a mum, so it wasn't the easiest of years, but it's over and it is time to say goodbye 2020 and let's accept in the new year. And what a better way to start it with setting your goals. So in this video, we're going to get into my computer soon and we're going to talk about, I've created a little, presentation for you guys on goal setting. I'm also going to make the PDF that you'll see that I use for the presentation available for you if you're interested in that. Inside of the Amazon FBA Alphas Facebook group. It'll be in the files section so that you can download that. So if you're not in the group, make sure to go to the group and you can download it. And if you are in the group, then just go to the file section and download it. I decided to start the new year with this specific video because I feel like goal setting is one of the most important things when you are a solopreneur, right? Many of you watching this are going to be people who are either just starting your Amazon journey or are part of your Amazon journey, halfway through your Amazon journey, and you are, most of you are going to be doing this on your own. And there are days where you're going to feel not that motivated. It's going to be difficult to get out of bed and to find, the strength to go to the computer and to start working. And that is when I want you to come back to this specific video and to this downloadable that you're going to fill out. And that's why I've started this off, because I want us all to have a really kick-ass 2021 and to make sure that we reach our full potential. Before I continue, if you don't know, I have a product research and sourcing course all around product research and sourcing for Amazon sellers. And I will put a link for that down below if you're interested in joining that. And I also do one-on-one Amazon FBA coaching. If you're in need of a coaching call, I'll also put a link for that as well. And without further ado, let's learn about kicking serious ass when it comes to goal setting. And I will see you all in my computer now. All right, so the very first thing that we want to do, and let me just explain to you how this is going to be. So when you're making goals for yourself, there's a few different ways that you can do it. Obviously, this isn't some in-depth, goal setting video. This is just, me trying to get you to understand what your goals are for 2021. Let's set them today on the 1st of January, 2021. Or whenever you're watching this, it doesn't actually matter. But the point is, let's start this year by already understanding where it is that we would like to be by the end of the year, and then break that down into bite-sized pieces, right? So in this video, we're going to be talking about, our main goals, etc. But then we're going to take the main goals and then we're going to put them into different categories. So financial, personal development, family, business, etc. And then that we're going to put into even more bite-sized pieces by what are we working on which quarter, right? There's 4 quarters in a year. Each quarter, you're going to either work on different things or things that you'd like to accomplish by each quarter. So first of all, we're going to understand, number 1, our purpose, and then number 2, our goals. And the very first thing that you need to ask yourself is, what is my why? So I want you to understand, really dig deep, understand what your why is, and start writing it in here. So I'll give you an example. So obviously I worked on some of this myself, and I sat down and I said to myself, like, what is my why? Now I already know my why because I do this with myself all the time, but I'm going to share it with you. And I was digging deep and I was saying, my why obviously is my son. My why is my husband. My why is obviously also, financial freedom. But if you put the financial to the side, it's not even about money for me. My why is just for my freedom of choice, because the lifestyle that I have through the work that I do is I don't work like 2 hours a day, right? I work all day long, and that's my choice because I have multiple businesses and I work harder than any person that I know. It's not that the businesses I run allow me to sit on my ass all day on the beach. It's the opposite. I work all day long, but I love what I do, right? I'm really passionate about what I do. I'm really good at bringing out products and selling them and developing products. And I'm really, really good at teaching that as well. So it fulfills me and I love it, right? That is why I am able to work all day, because I love what I do. And not everyone is blessed to do that. I'm very blessed to be able to do that. But my core why, before I met my husband, before I became a mother, is my freedom of choice, because I am very well, I know myself very well. I know the good things about me. I know the bad things about me. And, there's many good things, but one thing which some may say is a bad thing is I'm very hard to manage. It's very difficult to be my boss. I'm not the type of person that can have a boss. And what my lifestyle and the businesses I have allow me to have is the freedom of choice. If I say I wake up tomorrow and I decide that I want to go to, Greece for 2 weeks with my husband, I don't need to go and ask my boss for permission because I don't have one, right? I don't need to, if my son's sick today, I don't need to, go and ask a boss if it's okay if I don't come in today, or whatever it may be. I have the ability to make my choices for what I do and how I run my life. If I feel like waking up tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I can, right? I probably shouldn't, but I can, my point is. Because, so my main why is my freedom of choice. The lifestyle that I've created myself is all around the freedom of choice. I choose who I work with. I choose what products I bring out. I choose what I do, and I control that, and no boss controls that for me. That is my core why, and for me, that's huge. It's more important than money. I would much rather make less money doing what I do, which, I don't. I make more money, but I much rather would make less money doing what I do than to be working for somebody else. If somebody came and said to me, here's $2 million a year, here's a job that you're going to do, and I have bosses that I need to go, and bosses above me, I would still choose what I'm doing today, right? So it's not about money for me. It's about having the freedom of choice. Each one of you is going to answer this question differently. I just wanted to share with you my why. Anyway, moving on. The next thing is your goals, your overall goals for 2021. So there's not that many lines here. You can always, print this out yourself, make it different. But what are your overall 2021 goals? So, soon we're going to break it down to personal goals and family goals and business goals, etc. But what are your overall goals? So I can give you an example. Mine would be that I would like to bring out at least 5 to 7 new products for our new brand. I would like to have at least 10,000 subscribers in my YouTube channel. I'd like to sell at least a certain amount of my product research course by the end of the year, right? So that's my overall goals, okay? And then the next thing is, how will I reach my goal? So, what do I need to do to be able to reach my goal? So, for example, one of my main goals, which I didn't say, is to really work my productivity this year. I really, really want to use every waking moment of mine in a way where I am really productive with my time. So, how will I reach my goals? So one of them is I'm going to start waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, for example. Okay. So how are you going to reach your goals? The next thing is, what changes do you need to make in order to reach those goals? For example, I put on 12 kilos this year. Okay. If part of my goal is to lose those 12 kilos, then what changes I need to make is, for example, to eat better, right? To start exercising, to, etc. So changes would be to not eat chips in the middle of the night, or changes would be to not open up my phone every time I get a message while I'm working. Okay, so what changes do you need to make in order to reach your goals? And the next thing is, how are you going to stay accountable? So this is a very important one because accountability is really, really important. So for some of you, it could be to join a mastermind. For some of you, it could be to have a mentor. It could be to find an accountability partner. It could be to sign up to a specific course. It could be whatever it may be. Okay, so what is it that you need to do in order to stay accountable? And the next one that's really important is, who inspires me? So who inspires you? Who can you follow in order to make sure that you stay motivated? We all need to stay motivated. As being a solopreneur, I call it, is really, really difficult. There's days, like I said, that you're not going to wake up where you're motivated. You really need to also have people that can help you to stay motivated. So for me, for example, Gary Vee is one of my biggest influences on my life is Gary Vee. So I follow Gary Vee on, for example, Instagram, and I watch a video of his or read something of his at least 3 to 4 times a week, right? Another Instagram account that I follow is Founder, Foundr. A good friend of mine that I follow is Ken Golzari. So Ken and I are really good friends, and for example, he really, really inspires me. So, and keeps me motivated. So if something happens in my life, I may reach out to him, for example, and he'll send me the right video to watch to get me back on track. So also, what kind of people do you have around you, right? Danny McMillan is another great person who motivates me. So who are your friends? Who are the people that you follow? Who do you need to follow, right? Look into that as well, obviously. And stay motivated by also having the right people that you follow. If you follow someone on Instagram and every time you open up their story or whatever it may be, you just feel like punching something in the wall, stop following them. If it doesn't motivate you by following them, then don't. Do the opposite. Only follow people that really, really motivate and inspire you, right? So that's that. Let's move on. So the next thing is goal planning. So we're starting to actually understand what the specific categories. So here it's personal development. So we're talking about personal development. What is our overall 2021 goal? And then how do we put that into bite-sized pieces per quarter? So for example, on a personal development, I may, want to really work on time management or productivity. So I would then go in and say, what am I going to do each quarter to do with that? On a personal development, I would like to lose 15 kilos by the end of 2021. So, how much weight do I want to lose per quarter or whatever it may be? Okay, so that's your personal development. The next one is a really, really important one, and it's your family goals. So, if you're like an 18-year-old and this doesn't speak to you, that's okay. But I'm 32 years old, and in 2020, we all went through a crazy year in 2020, each one of us in a different way. And for me, on the one hand, I was in lockdown. I think I'm filming this in the 3rd lockdown, but right now I'm in lockdown. But in the beginning of the year, we were in lockdown for 2 whole months, and it was when the whole virus just came out. And we didn't see anyone. So we were in the house for 2 whole months, my husband, myself, and my son, and still running our businesses the exact same way, only with 1,000,000 times more headaches. And now we're also homeschooling. And there were really, really tough times where, I just wanted to pull my hair out, and it wasn't easy. So for 2021, part of my family goals, for example, is I would like to have another baby. I would like to make sure that my husband, my son, and I, we sit around the table more and eat lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is, more together rather than each one at different times. Or I would like to spend more time with my husband. Family goals, I was thinking about it, and to me, there's nothing more important than family, right? Family is number one. And I did a really great job at helping many of you this, in 2020. I help many of you with your businesses and with bringing out content, etc. But I neglected a little bit of my own home. So I think it's important for all of us to go back and have a look at our family goals as well. And this is something I'm really going to be working on as well this year. The next thing is our business goals. So what are your overall business goals? Now, take note that the next one's going to be financial. So there is a difference between your business goals and your financial goals. So for example, on a business level, I would like to start my new brand, and I would like to bring out a certain amount of products within my new brand. And that's, on the Amazon side of things. Another business goal would be to take my coaching to a different level. Okay, so different things like that. And then how do I put that into bite-sized pieces? So what do I need to work on Q1 in order to reach that goal? And then what do I need to achieve by the end of Q1, etc. And the next thing is financial. So what are your financial goals? So for example, through, one of my brands, I would like to hit $1 million in the end of the year, right? Or my personal brand, I'd like to make $500,000 by the end of the year. And then how do I break that down into goals per quarter? So how much money do I need to make, or how many services do I need to sell, or how many products do I need to sell in Q1 in order to be on track, and then Q2, etc. So you take your main goal and then you put it into those bite-sized pieces and give each quarter a different goal that you need to achieve, or what is it that you're going to do to be able to achieve that. And then the next thing I've put in here, so many of you will have a planner. I have one of my planners here. I have my main planner downstairs. I've got one of my daily and weekly planners here. But apart from just having a planner that you can easily buy on Amazon, I'm just putting in here something that you can print out as well. So this is just what, an Alpha Weekly agenda could look like. So you put on the left-hand side, what are your main goals for this week, and then put it into bite-sized pieces. So, for example, it could be for me to make 2 videos this week, to do, to make sure that I optimize my PPC campaigns at least 4 times, to do this, to do that, etc. And then what day, at what time am I going to do different things? And I've also left a note here so you can write like main notes for yourself. And then the next thing is also a daily agenda, which is really important. So what is on today? So you could write, for example, between 9 to 10 a.m., I will be working out. And then from 10 to 11, I'm going to be doing product research, and then between, etc. Okay, so put in here your daily agenda. On the right-hand side, of course, things don't forget, and to-dos. Don't forget to pick up my son at 2:00, to do this, to go to the supermarket, to call that person, to write back that email, whatever it is. And then to-do list. I've also included here the 8 glasses of water. I have always got a glass of water. Cheers to you all. Because drinking water is very, very important. Drinking water helps you to focus. Keeping hydrated is really, really important. Make sure you're drinking water as well. Now, I am going to include, it's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm going to include in the description of this video a daily planner and a weekly planner for you guys that I highly recommend. And it's actually by a client of mine. And it's actually by you buying it will also be supporting a fellow alpha. So if you're in the alpha community, if you do purchase it, you're going to be supporting a fellow alpha. It's a great planner. I highly suggest that you use it. It's going to really help you work on your productivity. And that is that. So obviously this is where you guys can find me, but just before I get on to that, guys, it's really, really important to be able to set your own goals, to be able to understand where it is that you're going. It's difficult to stay motivated, to work hard, to work on your businesses when you don't know what the reason is that you're doing it, or you don't give yourself goals. So make sure to print this out, or copy it, put it in a piece of paper, whatever the hell you got to do, but set those goals for yourself, and let's make this a really kick-ass 2021. Like, let's just make this the best freaking year of all time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It really helps me to grow the channel. This is where you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I have also recently joined Clubhouse, so if you're on Clubhouse, follow me. I will be doing regular rooms there where you guys can chat with me. This is the Facebook group, Amazon FBA Alphas. If you're not a part of the group yet, definitely join. And this is my website if you're interested to know more about my product research and sourcing course, or my coaching, or seeing any podcasts that I've ever been on. Also, if you don't know yet, I am joining Seller Sessions podcast as a co-host. So make sure you also watch me every single Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT time. That's UK time. To that, you can also obviously download my gig there. So make sure you also follow the Seller Sessions podcast as well by Danny McMillan. And that's it. That's our 2021 goals video, guys. So I want to wish you guys the best freaking year ever. Kick serious ass. Be serious. Do shit. Get shit done. And yet I'll see you guys all in the next video. And cheers to a productive year for all of us.